Welcome, everyone. Here it is at long last. It's the start of the NBA regular season. I know everyone's just as excited as we are here on 2K Sports to get things underway. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. Saturday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Orlando, going up against the Magic. And then on Monday, the Atlanta Hawks come to town, kicking off a homestand for them.
And that game against the Kings, that will be their fourth outing in this young season. Coach will want to have his team starting to build a rhythm by then.
Now a look at Detroit's starting lineup. And it's Hamilton in at the two guard. And for Chicago, they've got Harper, and it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. And these teams have been prepping for this season tip-off game for months, Grant.
Oh, and for the players, the main feeling on opening night is relief. You know, BA, all that hard work during the offseason and preseason is finally over. And now it's time to have some fun.
Now here's Pippen. Down low. Here's Rodman. Boom! He jams it straight down.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
They set a pick. Here's Billups. Pass to Hamilton. 5 on the clock. Over Jordan. Shot by Hamilton, no good. Here's Chicago now. This is their first game against Detroit this season.
Last year, these two gave us a very entertaining season series, splitting the games.
And we're watching two teams looking to make that next step. They want to break out of the middle of the pack, prove they can do some damage.
And it's Detroit with the ball. 4-point game. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Key. And the three off target. Here's Harper. Pass to Pippen. Here's Harper. And here's Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Chicago needs to get off the shot here.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Billups. From deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Pistons. No question, this offense has some firepower.
And they're looking very confident in all that they're doing right now. You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. To the middle, to halt the run. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
At last, their cold streak is over. They finally found something that worked.
Yeah, the lid's now off, guys. Maybe they can rattle off a few more in a quick order.
Here's Pippen, following the score by Detroit. Jordan with it. And there's the rejection. And they recover it. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up. The rebound by Detroit.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising.
Here's Longley. And he banks in the layup.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Pistons trail by 8. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. defense that love to run. Last year's team leaders in fast break points. The Pistons second. In third, the Bulls.
And these two squads that can run the floor at a lightning pace, they piled up more than their share of fast break points last year.
Williamson outside. Williamson with a screen on Jordan. Pass to Billups. Unloads. And the jumper is good.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Here's Rodman. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Jordan with the bucket.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pistons trail by 8. Here's Billups. Tipped away. And up the court come the Bulls on the break.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Pass to Hamilton. To the inside. Wallace misses. Bulls leading by 10. Harper passes to Longley. And he lobs it up. And slam dunk by Jordan.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Detroit has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Here's Billups. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
And he hits the first of 3. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. It cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Shams, thank you. The last one's off. They'll settle for 2. Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Takes a step back. Jordan uses the glass to drop it in. Jordan's got 10 points in the game.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Here's Billups. Pass to Key. And it's good. 2 points.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Chicago leading by 10. Here's Rodman. Inside. Here's Jordan. And Hamilton pulls it down.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Six to shoot. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Pippen with it. He's against Williamson. Count it. Good. Longley's got his second basket of the game.
building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
There's just a lot of wide-open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here. The coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Here's Wallace. Pass to Campbell. Detroit moving the ball around. Here's Hamilton. Over Jordan. Shot by Hamilton. No good.
I mean, he's yet to make a shot this quarter. At some point, you got to look for other ways to impact the game.
Rodman, the pass to Jordan. Here's Harper. Back to Pippen. Just 5 on the clock. Nice move. And it's good on the lay-in. And the Bulls lead by 14.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Pass to Hamilton. No good. Some solid defense from Jordan.
Some of it's good defense and some of it's just poor shot selection. Either way, he's being shut out.
Here's Ham. Harper pulls it in. Bulls leading by 14. Pass to Pippen. Here's Rodman. Back to Pippen. Shot, left block. Billups with a rebound.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Here's Hamilton. No made baskets yet. Over Jordan. Another shot. Chicago with a rebound. Rodman's got his 5th rebound in this one. Harper passes to Pippen. And that one is stuffed right through.
Feed the interior. Good things will happen.
Pistons trail by 16. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Campbell. Here's Billups. Shot clock at 6. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
To the paint. Here's Jordan. He's off on the layup. Detroit has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Here's Billups. From the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Rodman's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now here's Jordan. 10 points for him. And Hamilton pulls it down. Pistons trail by 16. Pass to Billups. Here's Hamilton, covered by Jordan. The baseline J is on the way. It's good on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
For your Chicago.
Both teams deciding to change it up. All right, a moment now to bring up last season's top rebounding teams. In third, the Bulls.
You can see the emphasis they put on rebounding. Such a huge part of their game, and one that they didn't ignore.
Here's Kukoc. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Pistons trail by 16. Inside, here's Campbell. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And so here is Chicago. Pass to Caffey. Chicago passing it around. Brown passes to Kerr. Here's Wennington. He's got a clear path. Here's Ham. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet.
Bulls foul. Randy Brown. First personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Bulls. Number 22, John Sally.
54 seconds left in the first. 6 on the shot clock. Detroit needs to get off a shot.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Chicago leading by 12. Pass to Kerr. Here's Kukoc. Outside, Brown. Here's Wennington to the wing, right side. Here's Sally. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Kukoc, the pass to Kerr. They set the pick. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. No good there. And so it's the Chicago Bulls going into the break up 12. Boy, they've been playing at a fast pace, beating the defense in transition and adding to that big lead. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
Setting the floor for Detroit. They've got James, and it's Ham in at the small forward position.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. We're seeing more and more teams playing 5 out now, RJ, with big men who can shoot from 3. Is that where the game's headed?
Those players are still hard to find, but I think more 7-footers will look to develop their long-distance shooting. It's becoming the new norm.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Chicago leading by 10. Pass to Sally. Here's Kukoc. Here's Bushler. Kerr. Pass to Sally. Shoots a fadeaway. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And he felt like he needed a little bit more space with the fade to get off his shot, but that might have been what threw him off and made him miss.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Kerr, pass to Bushler. Down low. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Brian, back to you.
On the rise. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Shots good by Kukoc.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Milicic. To the middle. To the inside. Campbell. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Getting up and laying down the hammer. Maybe that'll help them pick up their energy a bit.
Well, it definitely got the guys on the bench going. Look at them. What a sensational move captured from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Chicago passing it around. Here's Kerr. Check by James. Kukoc, the pass to Sally. The rebound by Detroit. Next up, they'll take on the Rockets at Toyota Center. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Here's Billups. Well, he's now 2 for 7 after that bucket.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Chicago leading by 8. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Pistons on D. Trailing by 8. Pass to Bushler. Here's Rodman. Here's Longley. Shot blocked. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that.
Chicago making a switch here. Harper's checked in. Shot clock at 3. Rodman controls the rebound and the putback.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Billups. The 3. Longley with the rebound.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
Here's Harper. Here's Longley. A rebound by Detroit. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And Billups gets it to go. Bulls leading by 8. Here's Bushler. Pass to Harper. Over to the wing. Down low. Hamilton with the bucket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
The Bulls have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Martin, the pass to Bushler. Here's Longley. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Campbell. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Here's Bushler. Pass to Harper. And the shot goes. Harper's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
Pistons trail by 8. Ball stolen. With the drive, here's Bushler. Chicago passing it around. Clock at 6. Martin, the pass to Rodman. Here's Longley. Second shot opportunity. Billups with a rebound. Pass to Hamilton. There's the 3. Knocks down the long J. Hamilton's got 5 points now this quarter.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Chicago leading by 5. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. This pause and check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. Fifth on the list, Chicago.
The way they moved the ball last year, it was a coach's dream. They really kept the defenses off balance.
And Chicago has possession. Inside, here's Pippen. Lays it up and banks it in. Pippen's got 6 points.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Pass to Hamilton. Got it. That bucket makes him just 3 for 10.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Bulls leading by 5. Here's Caffey. Here's Simpkins. Watched by Wallace. Jordan up top. Tipped. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
6 on the shot clock. Caffey passes to Harper. Beyond the arc. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. Pistons trail by 5. Pass to Hamilton. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Here's Harper. And here's Pippen. Banked it in off the glass. Pippen's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Pass to Hamilton. Here's Key. Here's Hamilton. He's got 7. For 3. Phillips' shot is off.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Pippen outside. Pass to Caffey. Pippen outside. Wallace pulls it in. Wallace has got 4 rebounds now. And he's going for the oop here. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Chicago leading by 5. Now Pippen. Give him 8. Here's Caffey. Right wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jordan. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Jordan's got 12 points.
And you can expect him to make it when the D is trash like that.
Pass to Key. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Harper pulls it in. Harper's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
11 feet out. Jordan misses.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Here's Hamilton, covered by Jordan. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
At the line for the Pistons.
Take a break. Take a break.
Hamilton.
2 shots.
2 shots.
And he drops the first.
They've been impeccable from the line here in the second period, doing what they can to try to build some momentum.
James is checked in for the Pistons. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Pass to Sally. Now here's Jordan. And here's Brown. Here's Sally to the paint. Here's Wennington. Good D by Wallace.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Here's James. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. Bulls leading by 3. To the left wing. A minute and a half left to play in the first half. Jordan, the pass to Kukoc. Soft touch off the glass. Kukoc has got his third basket on the night right there.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
1:16 left in the first half of this one. Pass to Williamson. Here's Key. Williamson outside. Shot clock at 6. Over Jordan. Williamson misses.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
With the fadeaway. Jordan with the bucket. Jordan's gotten 4 this quarter.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
Pass to Hamilton. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Chicago leading by 7. Brown passes to Kukoc. Chicago passing it around. Here's Sally. Here's Wennington. And the layup falls. Wennington's gotten his first points in this one.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Billy Donovan, and Coach, you look at the team's execution defensively. Are you pleased with what you saw?
I thought we defended well. I think the problem was we fouled too much. Had some turnovers that we wish we would have had back. But overall, I think when we were settled in the half court, we defended well.
Coach hoping they can stay settled in the second half. Guys.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. What are you guys thinking about when you look at the schedule? What do you know?
Well, I know what's on Shaq's schedule. Wake up, 12 pancakes, nap, chocolate shake, watch a little TV, chocolate shake again, then stroll to work.
Well, kid, you have no idea what's on my schedule. It's 15 pancakes. Let me check and see what's up next.
Oh, well, just look, it's a nap again, so that's it.
Well, I could use a nap. Putting up with you two is exhausting. And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the Pistons.
Losing the rebounding battle, it's easy to lose control of the game. Fortunately for them, they have another half to go.
Yeah, now they can lose by twice as much.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Pistons trail by 7. They've got Harper, and it's Rodman in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Key, no good. And the Bulls shooting a solid 53% from the floor. Rodman's shot is good. Rodman's got 8 points.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Billups. Pass to Key. The floater, and the basket is good.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
Chicago leading by 7. Here's Rodman. Here's Longley. Watched by Wallace. Williamson outside. Here's Hamilton. Some solid defense from Jordan.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Here's Pippen. That one no good. Good D by Williamson. And here's Williamson. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. There's a screen. He takes it in. Here's Hamilton. No good off the glass.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
Pass to Pippen. Here's Longley. Watched by Wallace. Longley passes to Jordan. That one's good. He's now 8 for 13.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Billups. Shoots over Harper. And again, good by Detroit.
I guess we can credit the defense for that one going wide. They did everything they could to influence the shot.
Good.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
And it's Detroit with the ball. 11-point game. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Here's Pippen. He drains it. Made half his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Here's Billups. Give him 8. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
Now that we have a break, let's take a look at which teams capitalized from the line last season. The Bulls third.
They didn't give away any points at the free throw line, and that makes a head coach's life so much easier.
Pass to Key. Here's Hamilton. 9 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Over Jordan. And again, no good by Detroit.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Harper. Here's Rodman. Give him 8. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Looking to get back on track. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. He's got free throw attempts 4 and 5 here.
Team foul. Shooting for Detroit, Chauncey Billups at the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Hits both from the stripe. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And here's Jordan. 18 points for him. To the middle. And he jams it home with authority. Great game for him. Double-double now.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Billups. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The NBA has its eyes on the old continent. Commissioner Silver said there continues to be an enormous opportunity to take basketball to another level in Europe. The quality of the basketball there has been fantastic, and we think there's a commercial opportunity to create something special. Guys?
Okay, Allie, appreciate the update. Bulls leading by 13. Pippen with it. He's got 10. Pass to Jordan. Detroit with a rebound. Wallace has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Billups. Here's Hamilton, covered by Jordan. Here's Hamilton. 9 points in the game. Billups. And the shot goes in. Billups has got 12 points in the game.
Hey, that right there was a lot of confidence, given the size of the disadvantage there.
And I like his belief in his game. Go at the taller defender, make him react to you.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Brown finds Jordan. Now Pippen. Chicago passing it around. Inside. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
They're also doing a good job working the ball inside tonight. The defense has been struggling to slow them down there in the paint.
Free throw's good. Jordan. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
And both free throws good for Jordan. Pistons trail by 13. Here's Billups. He's got 12. Pass to Hamilton. Over Jordan. Wallace, the pass to Key. Here's Hamilton. 6 to shoot. Over Jordan. Knocks it loose.
More than a few bad breaks for him this quarter. He's struggling, and the team is following suit on the scoreboard.
Outside, Brown. Pass to Caffey. Williamson with it. Now guarded by Brown. Now here's Pippen. He's closely guarded. Oh, there's the alley. Here's Billups. Pass to Hamilton. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Williamson. And here's Wallace. Now here's Williamson. From behind the arc. And again, the Pistons missing.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Now here's Wallace. Rodman with a rebound. Now here's Pippen. Pass to Rodman. Here's Caffey. Here's Jordan. And again, Chicago, no good. Here's Billups. He's got 12. Here's Hamilton. 2 in the cold spell. Great D that time from Pippen.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Pass to Brown. Back to Pippen, and here's Jordan. Down low. Here's Caffey. Basket's good. And the Bulls lead by 15.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. On the wing, Wallace. Pass to Hamilton. From deep three-point land. Chicago with a rebound.
He hit 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't had anything since.
Now here's Pippen. He's covered closely. It's not going to go for him. Pistons trail by 15. Here's Billups. Pass to Williamson. Here's Key. Defended by Brown. Here's Hamilton. Here's Key. And again, no good by Detroit. Chicago leading by 15. Now Pippen. 10 points for him. From deep, Jordan. The Pistons clear it. Wallace has got 9 rebounds now. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Pass to Billups to end the drought. Nails it from beyond the arc. Billups has got 7 points here in the quarter.
pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Brown, following the three-pointer by Detroit. Here's Caffey. Jordan high post. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Jordan's got 22 points.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And Chicago going with a whole new group out there. And James has got the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 14. Pass to Campbell. Right at the free throw line. The rebound by Kukoc. The Bulls have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Here's Kerr. Chicago passing it around. Bushler, pass to Sally. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kukoc. And a miss there on the triple. Pistons trail by 14. Outside Hunter.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Dickey Stanfield. First personal foul. Second team foul.
.136 left in the third quarter. Here's Hunter. Oh, he buries the 20-footer. Hunter's got his first basket. We've got 1:23 left in the third. To the wing on the left. Kukoc, the pass to Bushler. Here's Kukoc. Pass to Bushler. Here's Kerr. Check by James. 5 on the clock. From downtown. And Campbell pulls it down. Campbell's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Ham. He's scoreless. There's a screen. Here's Hunter. Second chance shot. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
Eldon Campbell taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both.
And we've seen some good free throw shooting in the second half.
Chicago leading by 10. Kerr, pass to Sally. Here's Bushler.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Kukoc. He has 6. Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
John Sally, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Pistons trail by 12. James outside. 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Campbell. And so it's Chicago, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. We'll be back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Setting the floor for Detroit. They've got James, and it's Milicic in at the 4. Kukoc, the pass to Longley. Unloads from 13, and the shot falls short that time. Pistons trail by 12. Here's Ham, pass to Billups. Here's Campbell. Chicago grabs the miss. Longley's got his 5th rebound in this one. Harper passes to Kukoc. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Bulls lead by 14. And so James will bring it up for the Pistons. 60 ticks off the clock here in the 4th. Here's Campbell. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got 3 assists now in this one. Bulls leading by 12. Pass to Rodman. Here's Longley. From the low block. And he can't bank that one in.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. Clock at 6. Here's James. Rodman with a rebound. Rodman's got his 16th rebound on the night. Kerr, the pass to Longley. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Kukoc. Here's Longley. Out to the right wing. From deep, Harper. The putback. Milicic grabs the board.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
James passes to Milicic. Here's Harper. Checked by James. Shot's good by Kukoc. Kukoc has got 5 points in the quarter.
Whoa! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here. And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
Pass to Longley. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Bulls lead by 15.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Here's Milicic. Out to the right wing. Here's Campbell. Deflected. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And Harper gets it to go.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Pistons trail by 17. To the right side. Pass to Billups. James up top. Pulls up. Misses off the left iron.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
First team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Steve Kerr taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Campbell. Here's Billups. There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Campbell gets the bucket. Campbell's got 20.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Bulls leading by 17. Now here's Jordan. Here's Pippen. Buries it from 3.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And Detroit has possession following the three-point basket by Chicago.
He's trying to find his shot, but at some point you have to start making these.
Pass to Kukoc, and here's Jordan. Here's Billups. And it's Jordan with the rebound.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
And, of course, you won a ring with the Cavs in 2016, Richard. Talk about the challenge of winning a title.
In a lot of ways, it just comes down to will and grit. The playoffs are an extra 2 months of intense basketball. The team that wins it all normally has the most help and motivation.
At the line for 2, Michael Jordan.
No good on that one. So both teams making some changes here. Good on the second one.
He's upped his aggressiveness, wanting to get to the line more and doing just that.
Pass to Billups. Here's Milicic. Fires the 3. And Billups gets it to go. Billups has got 10 points in just the second half.
This is their plan in the second half, to try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
Chicago leading by 18. Pippen, pass to Longley. That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
The Pistons have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Here's Billups. Pass to Hamilton. Over Jordan. Here's Billups. Here's Hamilton. 6 to shoot. 4-3. Billups' shot is off. The Bulls have gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the fourth quarter. Stripped away. Here's Ham to the paint. Here's Wallace. Longley with a rebound. Longley's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Jordan. And Richard, for those vets who haven't won a ring yet, how hard is it to take less money to join a contender?
It is not hard, and contenders typically count on that because once you've made the money, if you've made it that far in your career, if there's one thing left that you want to accomplish, that's win a ring.
Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
And here are the Bulls now. And here's Pippen. Rodman, the pass to Longley. Jordan high post. Shot from the top of the key. And he stays with it.
From the mid-range area, they've been the more effective team.
Detroit has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Billups. There's the triple. Chicago grabs the miss. Jordan with it. To the inside. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And the Pistons shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter. Here's Hamilton, covered by Jordan. Pass to Billups. Inside, just 5 on the clock. Now here's Pippen. Defense right on him. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, the Pistons shooting around 35% from the field so far. Here's Hamilton. Here's Billups. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Back to Pippen. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Pippen's got 7 points here in the quarter.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Unfortunately for them, they're reeling at this point.
So true. Very little going their way right now at either end of the floor.
Here's Hamilton. And there's a pick. Launches a 3. He drops it from range. Billups has got 13 in the second half.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Jordan. The rebound by Detroit. Hamilton's got 4 rebounds now. To the paint. And he goes in for the dunk.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Bulls leading by 23.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Pass to Rodman. Here's Longley. Watched by Wallace. Jordan, a good look. And there's another one for Chicago.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Detroit has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Here's Billups. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Wing shot on the way. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Pippen's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Bulls.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
Detroit with the ball. The Bulls making their last shot. Billups' shot is off. Timeout called. The Bulls. They're leading by 27.
Put your hands together and make some noise, fans. You're incredible. Make some noise for your incredible.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here are the Bulls with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Pass to Kukoc. Here's Caffey. Left side, Brown. Here's Caffey. Back to Brown. Here's Kukoc. The three-pointer off the mark. And here's Detroit. Here's Hamilton. Detroit moving the ball around. Here's Billups. Gets the 3 to fall.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Now here's Brown. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that'll do it for this inaugural game of the NBA season. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And time now for our player of the game.